Hi guys, it's me, Andrea. I will show you an art journal page today, and what I do at the moment doesn't make a lot of sense to you, but what I need on this page is a reference. I wanted to put this leaves down in a sort of a circle, and do it from straight with the modeling paste. I think that would have gone wrong, so that's why I put them down here with my pencil to roughly to have a reference. This is a stencil from Gina Douglas, and the leaves, they have this different patterns. I really like that. So only two more, I think, and then I really have done well. Not, yeah, not very wonky. It's not quite okay. So now I start with a modeling paste, and I of course have to dry it in between a tiny bit here and there. I can do the opposites one in one go when I'm carefully with the stencil. I know myself, I know myself. I start then to get a bit, yeah, careless. Yeah, when I'm getting too excited, but I made it here. I didn't ruin it, and I was very carefully. And when it was too tight, I really dried it in between. So it took me a while, but I made it without a big accident. So these are the last ones, I think, or the last one even. Don't know. The stencil takes the modeling paste fantastically, really good. I'm more this, yeah, that guy who's getting always, or sips everything under the stencil, likes to do that. So I put some gesso on top to get the whole page smooth. I'm using a very heavy watercolor paper that takes a lot of water, because what I do now is I work with inks, and mainly, no, it is only Daler-Rowney ink, exactly. And what I do is I put them on, spray with water, and let them drip. I wanted to have the lighter one in the main background, wider background, and I will go in with darker greens, and it gets smaller and smaller, the area I cover then with the darker ones, so that the center is actually the darkest bit. You can't see that at the end because I will cover it up, but in the process, you know that when you're in the or I do that when I'm in the process, I don't know where I end up. So, and it's fun. You go in with what you like at that moment, and if you see it afterwards or not, that's a typical thing in art journaling, you know. You might have fantastic layers, but you cover them up with another layer. So, and that's, I think, the beauty of art journaling. I really like to do that. This is the last green I put on, and then I go in, and I take care actually that this green is dry, really dry, before I go on with the next color, because I'm using red. And you know what will happen when you use red and green and mix it? Yeah, you will get mud, and I didn't want to have that. Okay, it's a page for autumn, so might be okay with a bit of brown, but I didn't want to have that. So this is, of course, you know that already, a page for the Creative Arts Collaboration group, the Facebook group. Actually, I use here a gold ochre. I really like this one. That's very autumnally, isn't it? And it's autumn again, and we're doing Love Fall Art in 2017, and this is my contribution for it. I now dry it again. The next color I will add is an orange, I think. I really can't remember. but I used all the, not a bit more red actually. Yeah, I was missing a bit more red. It wasn't balanced enough to me. So, and as I said before, this is the CAC event for autumn, and that's what you do when you want to watch more videos, and I hope you will. Um, from the members of our group, go and put in the hashtag love fall art. Important is put 2017 at the end. Hashtag love fall art 2017, and you will see tons of fantastic videos. So I go on here with gesso. I go over the stencils, and with a little foamy roll here I put the gesso on, because I wanted to get the pattern of the leaves back. And I must admit, I really like this white leaves against this colorful background. And but I wanted to have the leaves covered with something shiny, and I do that, but I really didn't like it, so you will see. I think with the white it looks absolutely fantastic. Really like that. But I had something in my mind I wanted to use. First I have a look what it looks like with a bit of darker color here in all these open areas. I will go and take care of that later, so not really happy about that red there. So I start with a bit of shading here with my Stabilo Oil in black. It's a crayon-like pen, and you can, it's water soluble, and here I activate it with a water tank brush. Go around. I started, or initially I wanted to do only one side for shading, but I saw that these leaves need more. They needed more definition. So I go around both sides, and you will see I will end up going into the gaps here, into the pattern as well. But now at the moment I'm using my Gildan wax, that's the Pebeo Gildan wax, but it's a dark gold, it's an antique gold. And when I had that all on, I saw that, yeah, no, it was too dark. There wasn't really contrast, and didn't like it. So, but I have a silver wax, and I thought that might look much nicer, and it did actually. It's very light, and I got the contrast I was after, and so I had wax on it, and I was happy. That's important. Yeah, going on, put it on all my leaves here. And what I will do is when that dries, doesn't need long for drying, afterwards I will go over and polish it. But before I do that, I go again and do the edges where I smear it with my wax here to get my edges back, the black ones. And then with a water tank brush activate the whole edges again. That was, at that point in time, I wasn't sure about what to do with the gaps in the middle with the pattern. Oh, yeah, as I said, that's a process. That's the beauty of the process. Okay, so I was missing something in the middle, and I was actually, what I wanted to symbolize with this circle of leaves is a circle to me is something what has something to do with infinity and with life actually. And to me a circle is perfect because it hasn't got a beginning, and it hasn't got an ending. And that's why I've chosen this clock, because I think that's perfect for representing the life you live and the time you have. And yeah, okay, what I use here is polyfiller, this wall filling thing when you have a nail hole in your wall that dries very, very quick. That's why I've chosen it. I wanted to have it dry quickly, and it doesn't need long, 5 minutes with a heat tool. So go over it with gesso, And here I polish my wax. That gets a really nice shine. I will show you. Yeah, you will see at the end. Close up, much better. Okay, I'm working here now with my face, and I'm using sort of same colors, a bit of warm yellow here, then this darker, that's dairy yellow from Golden, and I let it dry a tiny bit, not completely. There are some areas still a bit wet, and I put this burnt sienna ink on top. That's what I wanted. I wanted to have it mixed with the paint in the background on some areas, and on some areas I wanted to have it on top. So that's what I got. Make it look a bit more distressed and a bit more, yeah, dirty. So sort of that. Not too neat. I wasn't after that. So dry it, and then I go around the edges to get rid of the wide lines there, to get more depth again. But then I, yeah, decided to have something in the background. It was a shame that all the nice green background was now covered, but it didn't really look good. It was too busy. The clock wasn't really showing up, so that's why I decided to have some to lay it on something, but not on white. That was too, no, didn't like it. So start here with this green ink I used before on the page, and dab it here in my little drippage to get it a bit, more distressed, not that clean looking. And I dry it completely and decided then, no, I wanted to have the color a tiny bit different. It was a far too strong, too powerful color. I wanted to subtle that a bit, and that I will do that later. Yeah, this pattern gaps here again. I now decided, oh come on, go in with your Stabilo oil and have it black. It's a fantastic contrast. Black is, you can't really compare that to something else. It is a fantastic contrast, especially with the silver. It's really great. So happier now. And now I decided to put something else on top of here. Started with the yellow. I had it on my craft mat here, and I thought, come on, use that up. Dry it, and then I go in with my olive green, this light olive green here, and cover it with my finger. I was even too lazy to use a brush, just with my fingers, and I was happy with that. Okay, dried it of course, and I glue it then to the page. Start first with a layer here, and then on top of that I glue the face and the clock face, not mine. Yeah. Using sticky glue here from Mylene. It's always the best. It stays a bit open that you can push it around for a moment and then it sticks. So for the background, I didn't want to stamp, so I decided to use my rub-ons up. I have tons of rub-ons. I said that in a previous video because I hoarded them. I love them so much. So I love something and I'm not using it because because I love it so much. When I use it, it's gone. No, it's stupid, I know. So that's why when I use them now, I use them a lot, or a ton of them. So I cut all the words out I thought might work great with what has something to do with you and your life, or with me and my life, and that I rub it down on a different position to get it nicely balanced here. And yeah, I think to me this it's every year the same, with the Love Fall Art theme. I always think about my life and my age and where do I stand, and it's quite weird, isn't it? It has something to do with autumn. I get sentimental. I really sentimental. I'm pretty much a spring and a summertime, but autumn is nice. It's a nice season, but you're getting so close to winter, and oh gosh, Okay, and what I use here, these are, we call that fridge poems. You can buy them. That's a magnet. That's words, and you can put them together for your fridge. And never used them for the fridge. I wanted to use them for my art here, but I have them for ages. So what I do here, I have them on top already put together in the way I wanted to have them here on the circle in clusters. On the right top you can see Sonne means sun, Jung means young, Tag means day. So all these summary positive things. In the middle it's the autumn, because we are now in autumn, and on top that is Zeit, that means time. So on the left top it's everything what has something to do with spring. It's Blossom, Blüte. Blühen means bloom. Frühling is spring. And then on the left, on the bottom left, Alt is old, Nacht is night, Dunkel is dark. And then on the bottom is Snow, Schnee, Winter, winter, and Moon, Mond. So that's it. A tiny bit of edge in here, and that's it. Now you can see the close-up already. So I hope you like it. If so, please leave me a thumbs up. It would be fantastic. And leave a comment if you like to. I really love to read them, and I answer them always. So, and I hope you're going on having a look for the hashtag Love Full Art 2017. Don't forget 2017, and go and have a look. Enjoy it. And I hope I will see you soon with my next video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic time. Bye bye.